Paid $4,000 for my birthday dinner. They turned it into my sister's engagement. Her moment matters more, Dad whispered. I smiled, took the mic, and cut power to the whole floor. Guests screamed. My sister froze, and I was just getting started. Her moment matters more, Dad whispered behind his glass, like it was some kind of moral compass. I just smiled, took the mic, and then shut down the power to the entire floor. The room erupted in shrieks, plates crashed, lights popped, the speakers let out a dying wheeze, and in the middle of it all, my sister stood frozen, her engagement ring catching the last bit of ambient light. She looked like a deer in headlights. But me? I wasn't done. I was just getting started. 2 hours earlier, I was standing near the head table, adjusting my tie, and trying to convince myself this night was still about me. That maybe, just maybe, I hadn't just spent $4,000 on a dinner that had somehow been hijacked by people who claimed to love me. Don't make this about you, okay? Emma deserves this moment. Dad had snapped at me when I asked, not shouted, why there were engagement balloons being hung next to the birthday cake I paid for. My own birthday cake. I remember how his breath smelled like scotch when he leaned in and said it, as if that gave him some kind of authority. And behind him, Mom just adjusted the floral centerpiece with shaking hands, pretending not to hear. Your sister is getting engaged, she added, barely above a whisper. Can you not ruin it? I didn't say anything. Not then. I just looked around at the rented event hall, the caterers I hired, the custom playlist I'd spent 2 days making, the open bar with drinks I couldn't even afford to order myself last year. Every penny came from me. Every detail planned by me. Because after years of swallowing disrespect in silence, I thought, foolishly, that turning 30 might finally earn me a little dignity. Instead, my father toasted her. My mother brought out a cake that read, "To love and new beginnings." My sister Emma squealed when Zach dropped to one knee, right in front of the 6-foot, "Happy Birthday, John" sign. She had the audacity to cry. And I just waited, calm, patient, until the DJ handed me the mic and said, "You want to say a few words?" Oh, I did. And the lights went out. You don't wake up one day and realize your family doesn't love you. You feel it slowly, like water damage under a floorboard. The room still looks fine, until your foot goes through. Growing up, I always thought I was the one who had to hold things together. Emma? She was the one who deserved things. At least that's how Mom used to put it. She's fragile, she needs help, she's not as strong as you. What they really meant was, use your strength for her. And shut up about it. I was 22 when I paid her first credit card bill. Just until she finds work, Mom had said. I was 24 when I co-signed for her car loan. She can't build credit without help, Dad added. I was 27 when I bailed her out of a lease. Her roommate left suddenly, Emma texted, like I was her personal crisis line. They never paid me back. Not once. Not even with gratitude. Last year, I sent my parents $800 when their water heater broke. The month after that, I paid Emma's vet bill for her Pomeranian, the one she couldn't afford but had to have for her mental health. And the year before that, I covered the security deposit on her new apartment after she needed a fresh start following yet another breakup. They told me I was kind, dependable, but they treated me like an ATM with a heartbeat. And yet, I still love them. Or maybe I loved the version of them I kept rebuilding in my head. Which is why, when I turned 30, I thought maybe, just maybe, they'd show up for me for once. I spent months saving. I booked the venue myself. Arranged a dinner with 40 guests, some friends, some family, a few coworkers. I paid for the cake, the photographer, the little handwritten thank you cards at each place setting. I even bought Emma a new dress when she said she couldn't find anything that made her feel pretty. And guess who showed up 40 minutes late, reeking of perfume and drama, with a fresh French manicure and a ring box in her bag? She walked in clinging to Zach's arm like she was about to win a reality show. And Mom's eyes lit up before she even saw me. Oh, show them, she whispered like a girl at prom. Zach looked so uncomfortable. Poor guy. He didn't even know. By the time dinner was served, it was clear. They were hijacking my birthday. The servers brought out champagne. Dad raised his glass. To new chapters, he said, smiling directly at Emma. Nobody toasted me. Not one word. Not a card. And the mic? Emma took it first. She stood in front of everyone, my guests, and gave a speech about finding love, about overcoming hardship, about how this was the beginning of a beautiful forever. She ended with, "This might be my brother's birthday, but love doesn't wait for the perfect moment." People actually clapped. I saw one of my friends look at me with this awkward half-smile, like, Are you okay? I nodded. Of course I nodded. That's what I do. Smile. Swallow it. Pretend. But something inside me snapped. Especially when I saw the group chat on Zach's phone, while he stepped away for a moment. I wasn't even snooping. It lit up. He was in a family group thread with my parents. And the name? Our real ones. Inside were messages like, "He's used to being in the background. Don't worry, John's not going to make a scene. He never does. This is Emma's night, not his. He should be grateful we even included him." I took a screenshot. Then I scrolled up, and I saw something that nearly made me drop the phone. 2 weeks before the dinner, my mom had sent Zach a message. We were going to cancel the whole birthday thing, but since you're proposing, we figured we could still use the venue. Use the venue. The one I paid for. That's when the laughter stopped in my head. That's when I knew this wasn't thoughtless. It was designed. They used my money, my event, my milestone, to crown my sister queen. And I knew what I had to do. I excused myself from the table, went to the back room, found the event manager, slipped him 100, told him to let me handle the mic and give me access to the panel. "Are you sure?" he asked. I smiled. "Oh, I'm very sure. You already know what happened next." I took the mic, looked directly at my parents. My sister. The glowing, deluded faces of everyone who thought this was her night. And I cut the power. The music died. The lights went black. The only thing left was my voice, echoing through the dark like a blade. If this is Emma's night, then she can pay for it. Then I dropped the mic. And the truth? That was nothing compared to what was coming. There's a special kind of silence that falls after a power cut. Not the darkness, the pause. The breath people take before they scream. That's what filled the room as my sister's big engagement moment short-circuited in front of dozens of blinking, whispering guests. And right in the middle of it, I walked back to the mic stand, calmly, like a best man giving a toast. I grabbed the emergency mic, the one that wasn't hooked to the floor's sound system, turned on the battery pack, and let my voice roll through the static. "Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me on what was supposed to be my birthday." Someone chuckled nervously. Another guest whispered, "Wait, what's happening?" And Emma? She was standing frozen, blinking, her mouth parted just slightly, caught in the headlights. I know many of you came here for dinner, drinks, and what you thought was an engagement party. And that's fair. You were sold one. But here's the thing. None of this was planned for my sister. Every dollar, every reservation, every bottle of wine you're sipping, I paid for it. Not as a gift. As a celebration of turning 30. My 30. Not Emma's fairy tale. The lights flickered back on. Not the music, not the glamour, just basic overheads. Harsh. Honest. They made everything feel more real. This is my party. And my family turned it into a marketing event for Emma's relationship. I turned to my father. "Dad, when you whispered, 'Her moment matters more,' do you know what I heard?" That mine never did. Never has. He stood up. "John, enough." "No, I don't think it is," I said louder now. "Because since we're all here, let's talk about it." I pulled my phone out of my pocket and tapped the screen. The projector behind me, meant for my birthday montage, lit up. But instead of photos of me through the years, I cast the screenshot from Zach's phone. Our real ones. Gasps. Real ones this time. Then I flipped through the thread. Every message, every laughing dismissal of me, every moment of planning how they'd co-opt my party to make it special for Emma. "This is your family," I said flatly. "Or at least, who you consider family." My mother's face turned to stone. I looked at Zach. "Did you know they canceled my cake order to fit your budget?" He blinked. "What?" "Yeah, they replaced it with that." I pointed behind me. "A cake that says, 'To love and new beginnings,' that I paid for." More whispers. Emma stepped forward. "Okay, wow. Is this seriously about a cake?" I turned to her, slow and deliberate. "No, this is about a pattern, and I think it's time everyone sees it." I pulled a small hard drive from my jacket pocket and plugged it into the laptop. The screen flicked again. Folder name, Emma_edits. Subfolders, X1, X2, fake messages, family gaslight. "Oh my God," Zach said. "You didn't just use me." I said, eyes locked on my sister. "You tried to erase me. You created fake screenshots, fake voice notes. You even edited messages to make me look like I was threatening you." Emma's eyes were wide now, pale. The color had drained from her face. "That night you told Mom and Dad I said I hated you, that I was toxic." I pulled the metadata. "You made that entire message in Photoshop." She opened her mouth. No words came. "And you sent it to them. You sold them a lie so you could have more money, more control." I clicked the next folder, opened the voice memos, played one. It was choppy, stitched together, my voice repeating, "You're nothing. I've always hated you." But the audio quality didn't match. Anyone could hear the cuts. It was laughable, except they believed it. My dad stepped forward. "This doesn't prove anything." I turned to him. "No? Then maybe this will." I pulled another document up on the screen, a scanned letter. From the loan company, signed with his name and my social security number. "This was the loan you opened in 2022. You forged my identity to co-sign. And when I confronted you, you begged me to drop it." "I did. I shouldn't have." Gasps turned into silence again. Then came the final blow. "Zach, you're probably wondering why Emma pushed so hard to do this tonight. Well, here's an audio file I received last week. I wasn't going to play it, but I think you deserve it." I clicked play. Emma's voice. "We'll use John's event. He's too desperate to be loved to stop us. Zach will propose. I'll look perfect. I want that ring in every single photo." Zach flinched. His hands trembled. "I thought we were doing this together," he said softly. "I thought you wanted me." Emma's face shattered. "Zach, no, wait." He shook his head and turned around. Walked out. Didn't even look back. My mom tried to stand. Her hands shook. "John, this could have been private." I stared at her. "No, Mom. You taught me to be silent. To swallow it. But tonight, I celebrate me. Not the ghost version of me you wanted. The real one. The one who doesn't owe you anything anymore." Then I raised my glass. To freedom. And left them sitting in the flickering light of their own lies. They say silence is peace. But in the days after I blew up my own birthday party, silence felt like a funeral, not mine, theirs. The next morning, I woke up to 37 missed calls. The first was from Mom. The last was from a number labeled "Do Not Answer," my dad. Texts flooded in. "You humiliated your family. This is how you repay us. We were just trying to celebrate love." Emma didn't text. She posted. A black screen. White text. "Betrayal always starts with the people you trust most." With a broken heart emoji. I laughed. But it wasn't joy. It was power. For once, I controlled the narrative. I didn't reply. I opened my laptop and uploaded everything. Not to some gossip page, not to Reddit, not anonymously. To my personal website, the portfolio site I'd built for freelance consulting. Right on the homepage, a section titled Context Matters. There I posted screenshots of the group chat calling me expendable, the audio of Emma planning to hijack my party, the loan document forged by my father, the fake messages Emma created, even the invoice for the birthday party, every item listed, every dollar mine. I didn't need to scream. I just laid it all out. No rage, no tears, just facts. Then I sent one email to everyone who attended that night. Some of you probably left the party confused. Some clapped. Some whispered. This is what really happened. Within 24 hours, my inbox exploded. People I hadn't spoken to in years. I had no idea. You handled it with more class than I ever could. You inspired me to set boundaries with my own family. Even Zach emailed. Just one line. "Thank you for showing me who she really was. I owe you." I didn't answer. I didn't need to. I was done with explanations. Instead, I focused on building. A week later, I launched my own platform, a newsletter and consulting service for people dealing with toxic family dynamics. How to cut ties, set boundaries, and stay sane. It was called The Uninvited. How to reclaim your own party. Subscriptions started rolling in. Then sponsorship offers. Then an interview on a podcast about personal empowerment. Then a call from a producer who'd seen the website and wanted to talk about turning it into a series. Meanwhile, my parents kept posting, kept spiraling. Dad uploaded a selfie video on Facebook, standing in front of their house. Sometimes your kids grow up and forget where they came from. That's okay. You can still pray for them, even the selfish ones. It got 14 likes. 3 were bots. 1 was Emma. Then came the second wave. Uncle Greg messaged me. "Hey, your mom's worried sick. She's saying the loan company sent letters. Emma might lose her job over this if it gets around." I replied with one sentence. Should have thought of that before she committed digital fraud. Then blocked his number. Mom tried one more time. She emailed me. "We never meant to hurt you. We just assumed you'd understand." "You always do." I forwarded the email to my spam folder and smiled because I was no longer understanding. I was unavailable. That same week, I filed an official complaint with the loan company and the credit bureaus. My lawyer, the one I'd helped get through her early IT certification back in college, drafted a cease and desist letter. We added damages, fraud intent, and identity theft to the claim. Their assets froze 2 days later. Their bank reached out. Their mortgage went under review. I didn't do it to destroy them. They tried to silence me. I found my voice instead. Then I made one last move. The final nail. I bought a billboard. Not in their city. Not downtown. Right next to their neighborhood. On the main road everyone takes to get to the grocery store. It read, "Happy 30th to me. Thanks for teaching me the price of silence. John." People honked. Took photos. The post went viral. Emma deleted all her social media within 24 hours. And me? I sat in my apartment, lights low, music playing, no texts, no noise. No obligations. No more helping hands that ended up as shackles. Just peace. I used to think forgiveness was strength. Now I know boundaries are. It's been 3 months since that night. The party. The mic. The blackout. The broadcast. 3 months since I watched my family fall apart under the weight of their own manipulation. And you know what? I sleep like a stone. No more midnight calls asking for money. No more guilt texts from Emma that start with just one more favor. No more dad pretending to be a victim in a war he started. It's quiet now. And I love the quiet. My apartment has changed too. I finally bought furniture I liked. Not what they would have approved of. I painted one of the walls deep navy. My friends said it made the place feel like a statement. They were right. Every morning, I drink coffee by the window and watch people on the street below. I don't wonder what my mom's cooking. I don't care if my sister got a new job or lost another one. I don't check my phone every 5 minutes, waiting for the next emotional ambush. I live alone. Not lonely. Alone. There's a difference. The consulting business took off faster than I expected. Turns out, there are thousands, no, millions, of people like me. People who were the good kid, the helper, the fixer, the one who understood while everyone else took. And now? Now they're done too. One of my clients sent me a message that still gives me chills. "Your story gave me permission to walk away from my mother's funeral. I realized I was only grieving the parent I wished I had. That's when I knew I wasn't just surviving. I was leading. And my family, they're still spiraling. 2 weeks ago, I got a certified letter from my father's lawyer, more bark than bite, threatening to sue me for defamation unless I took the website down. I framed it, hung it right above my desk. Next to it, I pinned a printout of the group chat screenshot with our real ones at the top. A reminder, a souvenir from the life I escaped. Emma tried texting me last month from a new number. "Hey, I heard about your business. I think it's really cool what you're doing. Maybe we could talk sometime." I sent one reply. New phone. Who dis? Then blocked her again. I wasn't being petty. I was being precise. Because here's the thing they never understood. You can forgive someone and still want nothing to do with them. You can love someone once and still walk away forever. And me? I don't hate them. I just refuse to carry them anymore. This morning, I went down to the cafe below my building. The barista smiled and said, "Saw you on that podcast. You're the blackout birthday guy, right?" I laughed. "Yeah, that's me." She handed me my drink. A sticky note on the cup read, "Happy birthday, for real this time." I left a $100 tip. Then I walked across the street, past the shop I just rented, my next venture. A co-working space for people building businesses without help. I'm calling it. Mic drop. Slogan, say your piece. Then build your piece. And just to really drive the point home, I ordered a custom neon sign for the entrance. It reads, "Her moment mattered more." In quotation marks. Right below it. Not anymore. I still get emails. Some kind. Some cruel. Some from relatives trying to crawl back into relevance. I let them sit in the inbox like ghosts tapping on glass. I don't answer. Because I'm done being the guy who explains himself. I'm done being the guy who's expected to be okay with betrayal. Now, I'm just the guy who walked away and meant it. I'm not the helper. Not the fixer. Not the peacekeeper. Not the extra seat at the table. I'm the storm that flipped the table and walked out with the silverware. And no, I'm not sorry.